Thank you guys for clicking on today's video. We are going to go over the pros and cons of buying and holding stocks. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So first, as always, because we're positive over here, we're going to go over the pros of buying and holding. The first pro that I want to talk about is that generally when you buy and hold stocks, as long as they're not a total pooper, they're going to go up, and they're going to go up for a long time. And especially tech stocks. Oh my goodness. If you pick the right tech stock, wow, they just go right up. And the cool thing is, like, when you hold, you'll usually get more than 1 to 2 and sometimes even 3 times more than what you originally put in. And if you hold for years and years and years, and sometimes it could be 10 times, which is one of the main reasons why people say buy and hold, because sometimes if you sell way too soon, you'll miss out on these gains. And on top of it, you might even sold at a loss just because you didn't really get past the shakedown period. And what I mean by the shakedown period, just like where it goes, drops a little bit of a percentage or 2. Sometimes 10, just because the market's trying to correct itself and it's going the wrong way. The next pro is that you're not really eating up a lot of fees. And by that, I mean commission fees. And yes, if you're on Robinhood, it is free, but if you're frequently trading, you are going to miss out on those anyways. The third thing I want to talk about is that it actually doesn't take a lot of work. It becomes more from trading to more so investing, which I like a lot because I'm pretty lazy and I'm not a fan of having a job. So by having to overtrade and doing a lot more research, it becomes more of a job. So I don't know about you, but to me, that's a big pro, that you don't have to do a ton of research after this. The fourth pro I want to talk about is the fact that you're not going to lose sleep over this. And what I mean by that is, since you're buying and holding, you're not going to be checking the stock 24/7 just to make sure that everything's in place and you either went up 10% today and you're so excited, you know you're going to hold it for a long time, so you don't have to be constantly checking it and constantly in stress. If anything, you'll just put a stop limit on it. So if it ever does drop below, I don't know, whatever you want. The golden rule is 7%. And if it goes below that, it'll sell automatically, so you don't even have to think about it. And one of the fifth pros, and probably the final pro I want to talk about, is when you're buying and holding these stocks, whenever you get more money, you really don't have to do more research. So you can actually just go ahead and rebuy more shares into the stocks that you currently own, which is pretty nice. And fun fact, a lot of hedge fund managers do that as well. As soon as they get an influx in cash, like a lot more, they'll typically just buy into the stocks that they already own. So that covers the pros. Now let's go over the cons of this method. The cons is, well, it's going to take a while. Sometimes a stock will drop 40%, and that really shouldn't have happened, and that correction came at the wrong time. And now you're going to have to hold on to this stock almost seeming like forever just to get your money back. And sometimes it might even continue downwards, which leads into the second con I'm talking about. Since you're in a stock that's either going down or staying stagnant and you're just holding it, it's almost as if your money isn't working for you but working against you, since it could be into another stock that's going up versus these stocks that are going down and not really moving at all. And where in hindsight, trading might be better, where you can actually put that money to work and get some cash out of it. And the third con that I want to talk about is, since you're not doing your due diligence really and just checking it over and over every single day like you do with trading, if, let's say, God forbid, some horrible news comes out about the company you're invested into and say they're going bankrupt, you can see that stock that you're holding just skyrocket downwards. Whereas if you're trading, you really don't care about the news, so you just really trade in the stock on the day of. So that pretty much wraps it up for the pros and cons of buying and holding. I'm sure there's a lot more out there. Comment below your pros and cons of buying and holding. But as always, I hope you guys liked the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more future content.